Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your October 2021 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, we have a Celtic Oral spread as always, and also pulled an Oracle card and a Mudra card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus will be as far as that goes. So we'll do that now. Okay, so we have Saturn, and Saturn's actually in Aquarius, your third house of communication. It's actually retrograde now, but it's actually going to go direct around the middle of the month in October. All right, we have Virgo, so that's actually your 10th house of career and social status. At the time I'm recording this, we're just wrapping up Virgo season, but yeah, it could be a focus around career for you guys this month. And we have 7. So 7th house for you guys, that's Gemini, and 7th house is the house of partnerships, contracts, relationships. So it could be some focus around relationships for you guys too. All right, so we'll keep those in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have Temperance. So this is actually the major arcana card for your sign. So this is definitely a good thing to see in the main situation position. It says to me that you guys might be feeling like you're regaining balance, feeling like a lot more of yourselves this month. Definitely a positive there. There's not too much going on in your sign. We have the South Node in your sign, and then think around right at the second week of October, you're going to have Venus move in your sign, so that could definitely be a beneficial energy for you guys too. But yeah, either way, it looks like you guys are feeling pretty balanced with yourselves and probably confident. In the challenger obstacle position, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So this is actually the court card for Gemini, which is your opposite sign. So like we said, we did see that come up in the dice. So I can see this playing out a couple different ways. This card tends to come up a lot during Mercury retrograde cycles, and that makes sense for me given that they're ruled by Mercury. But also, to see this come up in reverse in the challenge could just be saying that that could be the one blockage. So maybe everything's going fine for you guys, but the Mercury retrograde could throw you for a little bit of a loop. It's actually going to be happening in your 11th house of friendships, groups, and hopes and wishes. So there could be some confusion with communication around your friends or the groups you deal with, so just be on the lookout for that. Let me see if anything else comes to mind with this. And for some of you, could be also saying that that might feel like the one part of your life that you feel like isn't in order, right? You feel like, okay, everything's going well, but maybe your relationship life is what's a little bit lacking for you at this time. In the foundation position, we have the Queen of Wands, which is Aries energy, the Devil, Capricorn energy, and the Two of Cups, Cancer energy. So I can see this playing out a couple different ways. There could be a connection that you're attracted toward with the Aries energy here. For you guys, that's your 5th house. Really might feel like a high level of attraction toward them physically, possibly sexually. And then with the Two of Cups, that could actually draw you toward a connection with this person. Another way I could see these energies playing out could be around finances too, especially given that for you guys, Capricorn energy is your 2nd house of finances and possessions. Could just be saying that as far as that goes, you might actually be looking at ways to possibly invest with someone around a creative project. So that's another way I could see these energies playing out. And let me see if anything else comes to mind. Yeah, that's primarily it. But yeah, if it's around some kind of investment with a creative project, I feel like it's going to be one of those things where you have a meeting of the minds with the person. And you might also feel like this sense of familiarity, like maybe you've known them before. That's what I'm seeing there. All right, in the past position, we have the 10 of Swords. So Gemini energy popping up again here. Could just be saying that some of you might have recently ended a relationship, and then that could be pointing to why, so for yourself, you might be feeling very confident and like you're back in balance right now. But again, this could just be pointing to why you might feel like the relationship area of your life is the one area that might be a bit off right now, because you might have just gone through an ending recently. Let me see what else comes to mind with this. And for some of you, there could have been a lot of anxiety around the situation too, and that could represent that came to an end for you guys. And then, of course, that would be another reason why we would see Temperance coming up. in the main situation, which is to say, whatever doubts and fears you might have been going through most likely have passed now and you're feeling a lot more comfortable. All right, in the present position, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is actually Virgo energy here, and we did see that come up in your dice as well. So, there was a new moon in Virgo recently. At the time of recording this, we just had that full moon in Pisces pop up. So this could just be saying that maybe you guys had a new career offer recently, and you could finally be getting some movement on that. In general, this could just be saying that your finances are improving. Could just be saying that you might have gone through a period where finances seem to be a little bit slow. And maybe all along you might have known that this money was coming in, but it was just a matter of figuring out when that would be the case. And now to see this energy popping up here, looks like it will be coming through for you guys this month. And I do have to say, for a smaller percentage of you, that can represent you wanting to come forward with an offer for a relationship as well. In the near future position, we have the Death card, which is the major arcana card for Scorpio, and the Nine of Swords. So to me, to see the Death card, especially for you guys, since Scorpio energy represents your 12th house, and to see the Nine of Swords, I view that as a good combination in this case, because to me that's saying that this Nine of Swords energy is coming to an end for you guys. So now maybe you go through these bouts where you're feeling a little bit of anxiety around the situation, but to see this pop up, I feel like this is saying that that's going to be coming to an end for the majority of you. Let me see what else comes to mind with this. And if not, at the very least, it could just be saying that as we move towards Scorpio season, since this isn't a near future position, when we move towards Scorpio season, that might be when you guys actually finally feel comfortable to say, okay, whatever you've been racking your brain about, right, over and over, trying to figure out what the next step should be, looks like you'll be coming out of that energy. All right, in the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Four of Swords, which is Libra energy, and Justice, also Libra energy. So could just be saying that you guys have been going through some healing. So for that Temperance energy to pop up in the main situation, you might not be there quite yet. This looks like this would definitely be a positive step toward that. So it could even just be saying, with that combination with the Knight of Swords and the challenge, could just be saying that you might actually have to work your way through the retrograde before you're feeling fully like yourselves with the Temperance energy there. And that could point to why you're in this energy right now, where you're going through a healing. And then that could also point to healing from that ending that we see there with the Ten of Swords in the past. Could have been a relationship for you guys. But yeah, looks like you're going through a bit of a healing process. And with the Justice card, just hoping to regain balance. So Justice, we also see balance with Temperance. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that, in general, given that these are both Libra cards, I feel like this is saying, in general, Libra season is going to be very healing for you guys. If you guys are still going through, maybe some anxiety and doubts around the ending that you might have gone through, this looks like it'll be a very positive healing period in that regard. And then we see the Death card. Again, like I said, if we connect all that together, saying that as you work your way through Libra season and the retrograde and everything, you might be experiencing the healing process, and by the time we get to Scorpio season, which will be starting toward the end of October, you're going to feel like you're actually healed and back to yourselves, which is good, because then before we know it, it'll be your season. So always good to have that momentum before your season starts. All right, in the environment position, we have the Hanged Man, which is Pisces energy, Eight of Wands, which is Sag energy, and King of Pentacles, Taurus energy. So to see this combination could just be saying that maybe you've been thinking over possibly reopening lines of communication with whoever this ending was with in the past, right? So maybe there's been some thinking about it. To see the Eight of Wands here, I feel like this is saying for a lot of you, you will actually decide to communicate. And what the communication could be centered around is possibly moving things to a more stable level between the two of you. Likewise, this could be another person who's been thinking about doing that toward you. So I could see that going either way. And then for some of you, this is more of a business thing too. Like I was saying, if you felt like money might have been held up for you guys for a while, right? With the Hanged Man, you might have felt like you weren't really gaining traction there. With the Eight of Wands and then the King of Pentacles, I feel like that's saying that that money should be freed up and heading your way this month. So either way, pretty positive energies in the environment. whether it's just one other person or just more energetically how you could expect to see your life impacted. All right, and in the hopes or fears position, we have the Page of Wands and the Seven of Cups. So this is Scorpio energy here, which for you guys is your 12th house. So we see that again. 12th house can represent a lot of confusion too. So we see that combined with the Page of Wands, you might be feeling a bit torn. I feel like there's a hope and a desire to move forward, right? To feel like you're gaining traction, to be able to take action around something. But at the same time, simultaneously, there's that fear that you might make the wrong choice, right? Because what I always say with this card and this deck in particular is we can clearly see what's in those cups, but this person's quite literally in the dark. So you might feel like, you're not sure which direction to go in just yet. So there's that push-pull, right, where you definitely want to actually take action, but there's the fear of, okay, but what if I make the wrong choice? So again, that could just be pointing to, again, why you're in that Four of Swords energy right now too, and the Justice energy beneath that, trying to make sure you make the right decision, not doing anything rash, right, not jumping into anything ahead of time. So that's what I'm seeing from you there. And then in the outcome position, we see the Seven of Wands. So this is Leo energy here, but yeah, we do still see that guarded energy, right? So I feel like there's definitely plenty of options at play for you guys. That doesn't seem to be the problem, but I feel like you're definitely trying to take things slow and make sure you don't make the wrong choice. Interestingly enough, I think that was a similar theme that Leo had in their reading too. So given that this is Leo energy, if you're dealing with Leo, if you have a Leo placement in your chart, you might want to check that reading out as well. But that's what it's looking like there. Timing wise, that's fine. You might feel like you're more ready to take action. Like I said, once the retrograde energy wraps up toward the end of the month, then just some more supportive energy comes your way. That's what I see there. And bottom of the deck, we have Judgment. So this is also Scorpio energy to me. But, whereas we see the death side of Scorpio with this card, we have the rebirth side with the Judgment. So this could definitely say something's going to be coming back around for you guys during the Mercury retrograde for sure, for you to look at. I think for the most part, it'll probably be a positive, even if it's not meant to last per se, but just, even if it's just to give you closure and help you move forward from there. Looks like it will be coming back around for you guys this month. All right, moving on to your Oracle card. It actually came up in reverse, so let me put it upright. But you guys got a change in the wind. There's the artwork, and the number is 12. So technically, when it comes up in reverse, we would read the protection message from the card. So I'll do that first, but I will read the regular messages as well, just in case. But I feel like it came out in reverse for a reason. Okay, so the protection message, where'd it go? There it is. It says, there are conditions brewing in your life you have no control over. Don't fight them. Change is inevitable and is for the best, for the highest good. Even if this storm blows away the structures you think you've built your dreams on, all will turn out as it should. You will have a renewed clarity and strength to do something even better. Spirit is your ally. So that's for some of you if maybe you're resistant to some kind of change with the Seven of Wands energy we see there. So hopefully that resonates with you. And like I said, we'll read the rest of the messages as well. But the fact that it came out reversed definitely stuck out to me. All right, so the essential meaning says a sense that unseen change has been initiated, preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. The Oracle's message: it's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like a zebra's stripes. Yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is a time of transformation as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. So definitely an interesting message there that makes me think of with the temperance showing up in the main situation for you guys. It could just be saying that could be the challenge, right? With that Knight of Swords in the challenge position, saying that the challenge might be to stay balanced with these changes. But for the most part, like I said, it looks like even if there is some anxiety and some healing you're going through, looks like you will be coming out of that for sure, at least as we get closer to the end of October. The relationship message says relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other, and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. These rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, a way for you to understand your own heart better, and to know what you need to truly be happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. The air will clear and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. So reading that message definitely took me back to the fact that, like I said, it looks like there was an ending of some kind. It looks like there's going to be an ending to your anxiety around a situation coming up. And then seeing the Four of Swords with the Justice underneath that. And then also with this, seeing the Hangman, Eight of Wands, and then the King of Pentacles. It looks like if this is a one-to-one relationship, it looks like whatever the situation was, this ending was, it was for both of you to go through a little bit of a growth process and a little bit of a healing process. And between seeing the Justice there and then the Eight of Wands with the King of Pentacles on their side for the environment, looks like you both will be ready to move toward a reconciliation and building something a bit more stable this month. So hopefully that resonated. And then the prosperity message says, as you endeavor to create a prosperous life, you may encounter unexpected reversals that cause you to shift directions. This is a good thing, so there is nothing to fear. Perhaps an opportunity you sought went to someone else. Perhaps you've pursued something that you suddenly realize is not in your highest good. You might not be 100% clear on where you need to go, but you are certain that things are not going as planned. Circumstances are not in your control right now. Wait it out. All will be well. Even better, actually. Trust. So reading that message made me think of what we were talking about with the Page of Wands and the Seven of Cups, where you might feel uncertain about what your next move should be. And combine that with the Death followed by the Nine of Swords, showing to me an end of anxiety. And then, like I said, if there's been some holdup around finances, seeing the Knight of Pentacles there, the Hangman, then the Eight of Wands with the King of Pentacles, it looks like you will be seeing forward movement around that this month too. So hopefully that resonated. And lastly, we have a Mudra for you guys. So the Mudra you got for this month is the Yoni Mudra. There it is there, and the keyword for it is receptivity. And I will say, just reading receptivity again reminds me of the fact that you guys will have Venus move into your sign right in the second week of the month, so that's a good energy for receptivity as well. But yeah, sorry, back to this card. Let's see if we can get it to focus. All right. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to fit everything in the frame here, so I'll hold it up for a second if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. And then we'll get the rest of this into the frame. All right. But yeah, under benefits, it says improves the health of the sexual organs, invites a healthy sense of sacredness around sexuality, increases receptivity, fluidity, and emotional sensitivity, serves as a gateway to embrace what we can't understand, creates a physical mandala to worship the divine feminine. So if that sounds like a Mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.